Everybody, Logan here. So it's finally arrived. Yeah, apparently I've seen other people get theirs just a little bit earlier than me, and I was like, I want mine. And well, mine arrived yesterday as of recording, and well, that is the Ultimate 2 Bluetooth controller. But this is the 40th anniversary for the NES. Yes, there was a Famicom one that I covered a couple years ago. I think that would have been in 2023 when I got that one, and I was really hoping they'd come out with a NES one because, well, that's what I grew up on. And they did. So here we go. We're going to unbox this bad boy unopened because, well, technically that works, right? Let me shut up. Let's unopen this bad boy and take a look. I just realized somebody's going to hit me with this because unopening means to close. So it's closed. I didn't think about that. I'm not going to re-record that intro. Nope, not at all. It's one of those days, people. So this arrived yesterday. The packaging, I don't know how it managed to stay in such pristine condition, the way the box was packaged and the way they just kind of handle it. So, all right. And then this came with it too. That's the little doozy that comes with it. I guess it's a keychain. It was one from the image. How about we open that up first? I thought it would be in the box, but it clearly isn't. It's a little NES dude. Oh, he's got a D-pad. Buttons. Oh, that's weird. Oh, because you can feel it through the back. Oh, that's the way it would press on the board. Is this supposed to be some kind of fidget toy or something? I don't know. That feels weird. He's all like rubbery. Everything's all rubbery. Rubbery little fidget guy. Okay, done with that. That's not something I'll use, but hey, it's nifty that it came with it. So if we look at the box, it's the standard Ultimate 2 Bluetooth controller. The one that I've had significant issues using with the Switch 2. The yellow one, if you guys have been following the channel, you know even to this day, I did the update from the beta firmware to the fully released firmware and it nerfed it. A lot of other people I've been seeing in the comments of those videos and the shorts that it works just fine. After I updated it, at least before the update and the beta update, it was still syncing to the Switch. It just wouldn't stay connected and I have to keep resyncing and it wouldn't always work. Where the Pro 3 just wouldn't connect to the Switch, and then when it did, it wouldn't wake. At least the Ultimate 2 was able to wake for a bit, and then once the official firmware came out, it just nerfed it. People were asking me, hey, can you still get it to work with Switch 1? I can't get it to work with anything at this point. It's like a brick. So, yeah, I haven't tried it with PC because, yeah, I have the regular Ultimate 2 for PC. But it just won't work with my Switch Lite, or my Switch 2. It is nerfed. So hopefully this one will work with my Switch 2, but we'll find out. There's a little bit of backstory. So it says it's Switch and Windows compatible, so yes it is, but it has that Switch layout. If you look on the back, model numbers N40, shocker, but over here it says 80ND. So is it N40 or 80ND? Me. Okay, shut up me. Nothing fancy, so how about we just open it up. And there we go. Sorry that I had to take it off screen for a bit because apparently the direction I was trying to pull the outer sleeve in did not want to go, so I had to push it back the other way. It was, yeah, sorry about that. But it doesn't really matter. It's super fast for you guys. So there we go. We'll put that to the side. That is a beautiful controller. That is a beautiful dock. It's got all the right colors. Nice. Nice. So I think I'm going to do a follow-up video comparing the NES 40 with the Famicom 40. Now, the Famicom 40 is the Ultimate, and this is the Ultimate 2. So very different, but very similar. That's a cool base. But let's look at the controller. Wow. That is nice. It's exactly the same as the standard Ult 2, but that just looks so much better. So it says 2012, 11/18. So 11/18, 2012. What date was that? So what are all these dates for? Is that the releases of all the Nintendo systems? Oh, wow, yes it is. Wow. Yep, because they're Switch 2. Look at that. Holy moly, that is attention to detail. Because at first I see the NES, and then you look at the different dates. That's the Switch, and you're looking down here, 2006. That was the Wii. That was November 19th, and we got 2001. That's the GameCube. Or was 11/18 GameCube? Yeah. 91 Super NES. 2021. What handheld came out in 2021? What console came out in the OLED? The OLED. And we have 1990. What does that say? 98? 929? No, 96. So would that be the Nintendo 64 came out? Yep, that's when it came out here in the States, because it came out in 95 over in Japan. Oh, wow. So 7/31/99. Now, a lot of these are going to be the handhelds here. So I know there's DS over in there. 2001, that's Game Boy Advance. 98, I think that's Game Boy Color. No, 95 would be Game Boy Color. 98, no, Pocket and Color. 2019, what handheld? Switch Lite. Wow. That is awesome. The little, wow. Where's the one? There should be one that says 89. Yep, 89. That's Game Boy. Yep. Wow. Okay. This is by far one of the greatest commemorative collector's editions ever. Oof. You know what's nuts? I've been around for all of these. Give or take, October 18th, 1985 was actually my 2-year birthday. That's my actual birthday, October 18th. So yeah, you guys been watching the channel. You know, I post stuff about my birthday pickups and whatnot and stuff on my Instagram, so that's no secret. But I was 2 years old when the NES came out. Now, I didn't get mine until 89. I got mine when I was 6. No, I got it in 88 because I was 5 years old when I got it. I got Christmas of 88, and it stayed at my dad's house. And then not until 93, maybe it was 89. I was 6. Yeah, I got my NES in 89. Yes, and then I got my Super NES for Christmas of 93, and then got my Nintendo 64 in Christmas of 96. So, wow, that was only 3 years later? Wow, time, you know? Nuts. How awesome is that, though? I remember when, it was well after I got my Super Nintendo, that my grandfather had found an NES at a garage sale. I think he got it for like $10 or $15. And this was somewhere in the mid-90s, because the Nintendo 64 was still out, and some of the games that came with it were probably some of my favorites now. I remember DuckTales, I remember Stealth, I remember Top Gun, I remember RBI Baseball. Of course, I had the Mario Brothers, and there were a number of others, but man, the NES, I have some great memories with the NES, even though back in the day, like I said, growing up, it was at my dad's house. I remember playing American Gladiators. I remember playing Captain Planet. I remember playing not what was the other one? Tiny Toons. The big one was renting that Flintstones game from Blockbuster that is now worth like $1,000+. I remember playing that one. That's the first Legend of Zelda game I played was actually Zelda 2. Yeah, playing all the Turtles beat 'em ups. I remember the furthest we can go was me and my dad. We were sitting in the living room, and the furthest we could get was a snow level, and that's the furthest we were able to get. And it was just me and my dad playing. There's a few good memories I have of back then with my dad, but still, the NES I know brings back a lot of great memories for us older heads, for Gen X and Zennials and even some Millennials. So, hey, awesome controller. Hopefully you guys were able to pick this up. Let's see. Oh, and the red lights. That is so cool. And it synced to something magically. The phantom syncing. That's what I call it when you just turn it on. And I've had people say, it synced to something. No, it didn't. If you turn on the controller right after you take it out of the box, it does the phantom sync is what I like to call it. Because it says it connects to something, but it's not connected to anything. So, yeah, this is a gorgeous controller. Now, if you guys want to see my performance testing and all that, my initial opinions, I'll attach the video that I did, I guess the initial review of the yellow one and how I feel about that. And there are a number of other videos I've done since then with the Shake and Wake and the issue with the firmware updates. But yeah, this is still a momentous piece that I'm so glad to have in the collection. Let me know. I've gone on long enough. Let me know in the comment section below. Did you pick one up? What do you think about it? And have you had any issues with any of the 8BitDo products with your Switch 2? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. God bless each and every one of you. And like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.